इस वीडियो को हिंदी भाषा में देखने के लिए सेटिंग्स में जाकर हिंदी ऑडियो चुनें। Check 1 2 3. All good?
Let's start.
Okay. Namaskar. Welcome to Simplify Your Space. I hope your Deepavali was beautiful and filled with joy. Today's video is a bit different. I will be answering some of your frequently asked questions that I often receive in the comment section. While I've replied to many of these questions in the comment before, they keep coming up, so I thought, why not do a full Q&A session? This is your Simplify Your Space host speaking. Grab a cup of tea or coffee, sit back, relax, and enjoy the session. Let's get started. The first question that many of you often ask me in the comments is, do you have any house help? Yes, I do have a house help who assists me with daily cleaning. I have never claimed in any video that I don't have help. Only during the COVID period, like most of us, we did manage without house help for almost a year. But before and after that, I have always had assistance at home. I prefer to take help when it is needed and would not like to brag that I do everything at home myself. In fact, I do take help from my family members as well. There are certain cleaning tasks I like to do myself. Other than this, organizing the house, keeping things tidy, and cooking are my responsibilities. In fact, I often say in my videos that you don't have to do everything by yourself. If you can afford it, do consider hiring help or invest in machines. It not only reduces your daily workload but also provides a sense of mental peace. Everyone deserves a bit of rest and personal time, whether you are working or a homemaker. Now let's move on to the next question. Some people comment that my kitchen is a show kitchen, used only for videos, and that no actual cooking happens here. They believe a kitchen where food is prepared can't be this clean. How should I respond to that? Those who have been following me for years probably know very well how much cooking I actually do here. This space is not only my home but also my studio where all videos are filmed. That means there is double the work here and double the effort needed to keep it clean. Not only we prepare all the daily meals but also shoot the recipes for videos in this kitchen. Now why does it stay so clean? The answer is simple. I love keeping things clean. After cooking, I thoroughly clean the kitchen and keep everything organized. I also have a few habits that help my kitchen look neat and sparkling all the time. I've even made a dedicated video on how I maintain my white kitchen, which you can find linked in the I button and the description box below. Alright, moving on. Since we have already talking about the kitchen, let me address another frequently asked question related to kitchen materials. Many people ask that what material I used in my white kitchen and whether it is easy to maintain a white kitchen. The countertop in my kitchen is made of quartz from the Kalinga brand. Quartz is a very popular choice nowadays and is ideal for modern kitchens. It is a compressed non-porous engineered stone that is stronger and lower maintenance as compared to granite and marble. Plus, it comes in a variety of colors. The cabinets in my kitchen are made of plywood with acrylic laminate, which is both stain and scratch resistant. I can't specify the exact brand or color shade now as my kitchen is 6 years old and materials are frequently updated or discontinued over time. When you are selecting materials, you can ask your carpenter or interior designer for acrylic laminate options and they will show you catalogs from different brands. Another common question is whether it is better to have cabinets with shelves or drawers in the kitchen. I would recommend drawers because they make accessing items much easier. You can see everything from above, making it convenient to reach for things. I have tandem drawers from the Hettich brand which are of excellent quality and can hold a substantial amount of weight. The next question is related to my home furniture. Many people ask for online links to my bed, shoe rack and sofa. All of my furniture is made to order, meaning it was custom built. So there are no online links available. Another question I get often is whether I shoot my videos myself or if someone helps me. From 2016 when I started this channel until 2018, I handled all the video shooting and editing on my own. When we moved into this home, I hired a videographer cum editor to help me with the shoots, and he has been working with us ever since. Creating well shot and professionally edited videos takes a lot of time, so outsourcing this work felt like the right decision for me. The next question is, do I work somewhere or have a job? Yes, I work full-time and creating videos for all of you is my full-time job. As I mentioned, while I have outsourced the video shooting and editing, I handle everything else myself. This includes writing script in both Hindi and English, recording voiceovers, organizing and executing shoots, uploading the final video to YouTube, replying to your comments, coordinating with brands and more. When we are filming, especially for DIY or cooking videos, things can get really messy and cleaning up afterward takes quite a bit of time. If it is an organizing related video and I'm showing you how to arrange a specific area, it involves a lot of planning too. I often organize that space 2 to 3 times beforehand to find the most easy and functional method, which I then share with you. So all this requires a lot of planning, effort and time. And right now it is full time for me. The next question is actually more of a complaint that my content has become repetitive and boring. To that, I would like to say that homemaking has always been repetitive and boring. Household chores like cleaning, organizing and decorating are indeed mundane tasks. Who finds them interesting? But still, we have to do these things daily. Cleaning, organizing, cooking, these routines are all repetitive. We have been doing these tasks in similar ways every day and will continue to do so. Through my videos, I aim to make these mundane tasks a bit easier and more organized. I am not a magician who can snap her fingers and have everything instantly spotless and organized. That's something we see in commercial ads, where stained and dirty items magically become sparkling clean in seconds. But we all know that's not real. I've shown almost every area of the home being organized and cleaned. If I reorganize those same areas again, it is because I believe they could be even better organized, or I have a new idea on how to make them more efficient. The same goes for cleaning. I might come across a new tip or method that helps me clean some things more effectively and fast. Also, new viewers join us all the time and they might not have seen our older videos. For them, these ideas and tips can be genuinely helpful. Next question is, does my home ever get messy? Yes, absolutely. I live in a home with typical family, and just like any other house, ours do get messy. In the morning, the house looks peaceful and completely clean, but by evening it starts to become disorganized, which is perfectly normal. A house is meant to be lived in, and with the family members around, mess is bound to happen. The key for me is that I have an organizing system in place that makes it very easy to tidy up when things do get messy. Everything in my home has a designated place, so knowing where each item belongs allows me to clean and organize quickly. Visual clutter such as newspapers, bags, books, bills, and children's toys tend to create more mess. If you can manage visual clutter smartly, your home will generally appear clean. I've created a dedicated video on how to reduce or eliminate visual clutter, and you can find the link in the description box below. Let's move on to the next one. Why do you do promotional videos? This question comes up frequently in the comment section of my promotional videos. The answer is quite simple. I'm a content creator and right now making videos is my profession. Most platforms like YouTube or other social media do help creators by sharing ad revenue to make it rewarding, but sometimes this may not be sustainable. There are certainly channels that create content without the primary goal of monetization, focusing instead on welfare, awareness, or educational purposes, but they often have other income sources that supports their channel without needing to monetize it. Creating high quality videos take a lot of time and effort. The equipment required, such as good cameras, which can cost between 2 to 3 lakh, and we need multiple cameras for different angles. Then tripods, voice recorders, studio lights, and editing software also adds up. Any help hired for that will also have an incurring cost. Therefore, alongside regular videos, we also need to do sponsored content, and there is nothing wrong with that. All YouTubers do sponsored videos. While I do promotional videos to keep the channel self-sustainable, I have never resorted to promoting products like tobacco, betting apps, Ponzi schemes, or fairness creams, etc. And to be frank, such promotions can get quite large chunks of revenue. If you have noticed, I always disclose in the beginning of our sponsored videos that today's content is in collaboration with a specific brand, which means the video is sponsored. This level of transparency is something I maintain with all my viewers.
This video is made in collaboration with Asian Paints. Let's get started. This video is made in collaboration with Amazon. This video is made in collaboration with McTuring. Let's get started. This video is made in collaboration with TCL. Let's get started.
Our video thumbnails and titles are never clickbait. They actually represent the content within the video. You can see from the title and thumbnail what the topic is about. Most dedicated sponsored videos are released on weekdays, while regular Simplify Your Space videos come on Saturdays. And this schedule I have already shared via community post. Occasionally, in some situations, I may need to post a dedicated sponsored video on Saturday due to the brand's requirement, but that happens once in a blue moon. From a financial perspective, this is important, but there is another perspective as well, which is promotion and awareness. Consider these sponsored videos as a way to create product awareness. When I demonstrate and review different type of products, it helps many people understand what the product looks like and how it works. For example, if you're looking to buy a new air fryer or a mixer grinder, you can watch our videos to decide whether this product is right for you and how it differs from others. Many brands and products out there are unknown to us until we come across them in videos. These product reviews aid in creating awareness. They serve as a sort of manual. Most people nowadays prefer learning how to use a product by watching videos instead of reading physical manuals. Moreover, there are brands that cannot afford big commercial ads and rely on influencer marketing. These products are often excellent but lack awareness. Social media helps market these products and introduces them to the audience, creating a win-win situation for the brand, the content creator, and the audience. Next question is, do I get products for free? The question of whether I receive all these products for free depends on the deal made with the brand. Most of the larger products like refrigerators, TVs, dishwashers, inverters, and air conditioners are returned to the brand after the video is made. For instance, I recently created videos on the TCL TV and Panasonic refrigerator, and those items were sent back after filming. For smaller appliances like mixer grinders, air fryers, vacuum cleaners, or items like bed sheets and curtains, I typically keep them. Now you might wonder what I do with all the products I receive, since not everything can be used. Since I can't use everything, I distribute the extra items among my family and friends. This way the product get a home and my loved ones get to benefit from them. Many people often ask me why I have so many appliances in my home. The simple answer is that I want to make my tasks easier and faster, allowing me to have time for myself as well as for my work. These appliances help streamline my chores and reduce my dependency on outside help. For example, if my house help takes an extended leave, I don't face any difficulty because my machines can handle tasks quickly. Having kitchen appliances makes my cooking process much faster and easier. Just like some people have a passion for buying new clothes, makeup, or decorating their homes with new items, I don't have such hobbies. My clothes, makeup, and home decor are all quite simple and I don't spend much on them. However, I do have a penchant for good quality appliances that make my homemaking routine easy and smooth. Many of these appliances I've been using for years and they will continue to serve me well. Plus, they don't need to be replaced frequently. Lastly, a very interesting question that many people ask me is why I don't make daily vlogs, as a lot of viewers express interest in them. The simple answer is that at this point in time, I don't feel comfortable making daily vlogs. Though once in a while I do share things like glimpses of holidays or celebrations, but I prefer keeping them limited. Secondly, it is just not possible for me to carry a camera and vlog throughout the day. I have tried it a couple of times, but it just didn't work for me. I become very self-conscious when speaking spontaneously in front of camera or walking around in public with one. As soon as people start looking at me, my confidence diminishes. So hats off to those who are confident enough to make daily vlogs, as it is not an easy task, at least not for me. Thirdly, making daily vlogs requires something interesting to happen in your life. Otherwise, why would people want to watch? My daily routine life can be quite boring and there is nothing particularly interesting that goes on in the daily routine. Frankly, I'm quite thankful for it and have started to enjoy this piece. However, I'm not saying that I will never make vlogs. In the future, if I gain confidence and feel it's the right time to create them, I certainly will. But for now, I don't think it's the right moment. So that was today's Q&A session. I hope you enjoyed it. In today's video, I could only cover this many questions. I did a personal life-related Q&A session quite a few years ago. If you're interested in watching it, you will find the link in the description box. If you have any questions or queries, please feel free to mention them in the comments. I will try to create another Q&A video soon. Additionally, if you have any suggestions for the channel or if you would like to see videos on any specific topics or genre, please do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.